So now to our other top story. Alice Johson, a free woman tonight after a grant of clemency from President Trump after 22 years that she spent in a federal prison for charges related to drug possession and money laundering. Alice Johson and her attorney, Michael Scholl, are here. So, Alice, how's it feeling 24 hours in? How did you feel when you woke up in your house this morning?
I felt wonderful. No more bunk beds over my head.
I mean, it was a remarkable story. I mean, you know, is it all sinking in for you? Because it really happened very fast, Alice.
It happened so fast that it's really now just starting to sink in that I'm truly free. Today has been a very busy day for me, but I'm just so happy nothing bothers me.
You know, I know you've said that, I mean, you expected to spend the rest of your life in prison. And that's what you were expecting. And I just can't imagine, and I know you became an ordained minister, how did you get through 22 years, a third of your life, for a nonviolent drug offense? How did you get through all that time?
The only way that I was able to make it through that time, and this is the truth, was my faith in God. I knew that one day He was going to bring me out. And I lived my life with an eye toward one day walking out of those doors a free woman. And the day that I got the news that President Trump had granted my clemency and given me a second chance in life was the best day of my life.
You know, I do want to, because I know it's important to you to speak out to other people, and you say you want to bring those who are still left behind with you. But I want to go back to the bad moment in your life for just a minute, if I could, because I think people need to know that you were in desperation. You had been divorced, you lost your job at FedEx, and you turned to crime. You got involved with these drug dealers, and you were a facilitator, an intermediary for them. What would you say to someone who right now finds themselves faced with that same kind of moment in their lives?
I would say, don't make a permanent decision that can change your life forever based on a temporary situation. Just because you go in a panic, take a breath and wait it out, because it was not worth it. That one mistake cost me not to be able to be there for my grandchildren, my elderly parents who died in prison. It changed the course of my entire life. Don't do it. That's what I say. Don't do anything illegal for some temporary gain, because I'm telling you, it is a trap.
How are you going to help others who you feel, because, you know, it really is all about the punishment fitting the crime, you know, and I think it's something that a lot of people are waking up to in this country. So what's your message, and how are you going to try to help other people to become free who may have served enough of their time?
My message is I'm really wanting to fight hard in this whole prison reform effort, because that is what is important. And I tell anyone who is fighting for their life, do not give up. But you've also got to be prepared in case something does happen, in case your miracle does come. You want to make sure that you are ready to re-enter society. And I thank God that that is what I was able to do with my time, was to prepare to re-enter society as a free woman.
Well, this is something that Jared Kushner, who is a special advisor to the president, and Kim Kardashian, who came on board for you in such a big way, and the president want to make happen for other people. What's your message to them tonight?
My message to President Trump is, thank you so much, President Trump, for taking the time to really look at my case and to really look at me. And as I've said before, I promise you, President Trump, I will make you proud that you gave me that second chance. And I tell Kim, keep your passion. I believe that what she is seeing happen for me is really stirred something even more up in her, a desire to help people, as she said, one person at a time.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny. You said that one of the things that shocked you the most when you got out was how much people were looking at their phones. I thought, that's a bit of a big change since you were away, right?
Yes. Yes.
But good thing Kim Kardashian was looking at her phone, because I think that's how she found you.
That
Alice,
is exactly how she found me.
Thank you so much, Alice. We really wish you all the best. And Michael, thank you so much for bringing Alice to us today. Good to see you both tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us on.
Alice Johson joins us from Memphis along with her daughter, Katina Scales. Good morning to both of you. I know this was your first night home in 21 years. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I woke up without a bunk bed over my head. That was great.
That's right. And Katina, what is it like having your mother home?
Oh, the excitement and the happiness, and knowing that she's sitting right here next to me and there's no guards anywhere. That's wonderful.
Alice, you noticed that there was no bunk bed over you. What else have you noticed since you've been out?
The city has changed a lot. I kept asking, where am I? There's so many new buildings, and I've noticed people on the phone a lot.
Alice, what's your plan? The first day of freedom. We know you're doing some television, of course. But what are you going to do with your time? What are you going to do with your family?
We are just connecting. Last night we had such a huge reunion, and today is phase 2. Family and friends today.
Tell us what it was like to get that phone call from Kim Kardashian West that let you know that you'd be getting out.
It was the most incredible day of my life, the most incredible, amazing, overwhelming moment of my life. When Kim told me that I could go home, I started screaming and jumping up, and I know people that were looking in the window probably thought I was having some kind of fit.
And what do you want to say to her?
I wanted to tell my war angel that I thank you for never giving up, that you did it. You never gave up on me, and you fought until I was free. And that was one thing that she told me, is that she would not give up on me. And I just like to thank her and hug her.
Alice, in the video that first caught Kim Kardashian West's attention, you said, the real Miss Alice is a woman who has made a mistake. Tell us how you came to that conclusion and how you turned your life around when you were in prison.
For me, I know that this is something that I can't even imagine that I did what I did in the beginning. But I turned my life all the way around in prison and decided that I am not going to just do time or let time do me. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity, and I'm going to be of service to others, because really that's what life is about. Life is more than just living for yourself, and it was a big wake-up call for me to just be around the women that I was around. My perception of prison was totally different.
And Alice, will you, if you had a chance to talk to the president, what would you tell him?
I would tell President Trump, thank you so much, that I am going to be that one that is going to make you so proud. And I hope that my life will encourage him to do this for others, too.
Well, I know that there are more than 2,000 nonviolent drug offenders that are still serving life sentences. Are you going to spend part of your life outside jail trying to help them?
I have to. Yes, I have that. I feel that I have that responsibility to them to also reach back and help them.
Well, Alice Johson and Katina Scales, we thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wish you the best.
Thank you for having us on.
It's remarkable to think about what she did in prison, because she was a minister to so many other women there. And because of her good behavior, the warden allowed her to do these video conferences, which is how she sort of became somewhat of a celebrity in certain communities that allowed her to get in front of President Trump.
She's a playwright. I'm sure she will be continuing to pen some dramas as she is out.
The power of redemption.
Indeed.